Yes. Well, let's speak to Joel Rubin, a Democratic strategist who's in Washington. And Joel, I know you know James Raskin very well. I wonder what your emotions were as you heard him speak just then.
Well, Ross, thank you for including me today. It's deeply personal, as Congressman Raskin said. He is a champion of justice, a champion of democracy. He has been fighting for democracy his entire life, teaching constitutional law. He started a summer program called Democracy Summer for young high school kids to cherish democracy and get active in politics. And to see the moment where he talked about how his young daughter said she didn't want to come back to the Capitol was very, very painful, because Jamie spent his whole life fighting for democracy for us, and to be in Congress is the height of one's professional life as he's experienced. And it's just devastating. And it cuts to the core of what we're talking about. This is about America. This is about our Constitution. This is about our democracy. And Jamie personifies those of us who believe that we need to protect it and cherish it. And it's fitting that he's the person prosecuting Donald Trump.
He will, though, be aware that the Trump defense will be that this very process is undermining the unity, the cooperation across the political spectrum, which he's been pursuing during his career, as you've just detailed.
Well, the disunity is coming from those who oppose accountability. The disunity is coming from those who want to whitewash what took place, that Jamie and the other members, the other prosecutors, so ably explained, which was it was a riot, a violent mob incited by the president to undermine and prevent the peaceful transfer of power from an election that he lost. So disunity is coming from Donald Trump's side. And this is a moment for accountability, for us to live up to our national creed, which is based in our Constitution, and to convict this former president so that he can never return to public life ever again, and we can end this chapter.
But as someone who looks at Democratic Party strategy, is this rather about sending a message to America about what that party stands for? Because you'll know that these prosecutors have an uphill battle to gain a guilty conviction.
Yeah, Ross, you're right. There is political reality, but we also saw the first ever bipartisan impeachment of this president, the former president. Took place about a week and a half ago, where 10 Republicans in the House, including the number 3 Republican, voted to impeach him. So it's not at all clear that the American people want to just sweep this under the rug. In fact, numbers and poll after poll show that deep concern over what took place. And so I think from a political perspective, this is the right thing for Democrats. This is the right thing for America. And with that, one can hold their head high. And certainly President Biden, he's going to have his agenda moving through. It already is moving through Congress. This isn't going to impede that. I think the American people are going to look in the mirror, and in particular those who are in the middle in the independent lane, and say who stood up for us at the moment of national crisis and who didn't. And this trial will demonstrate that.
Joel, we appreciate you joining us from Washington. Thank you very much indeed. That's Joel Rubin, a Democratic strategist.